Yeah, I'm Gethin Pearson, a songwriter, producer and mixer based in my studio at the Institute of Sonic Architecture in West Wales. So I grew up listening to like lots of different types of music, loving loads of different types of music, and I got in my mid-teens a job in a record shop, and I was just, like I loved how songs could change how you felt, could change like the mood of a room, could just set the atmosphere. So from that point, like I just loved consuming any genre of music and just like how it could make me feel. So which led me to wanting to learn to write songs. So I remember just asking my dad to show me some basic chord shapes. Like it was kind of, I wasn't interested in being like a great guitar player or a great playing any instrument. It was just like I just wanted to get to I can write a song type of thing. So yeah, that's where my kind of the start of it happened. It was kind of like this door opening, like you were let into a secret like kind of club, like you'd find the code to the Matrix type of thing of like, oh wow, these 3 chords are like the basis for so many songs, or these 4 chords, and it was kind of, it was incredible. And so from there I started writing my own songs and playing in bands, and that was kind of the start of a journey. I got a little setup so I could record my own demos, so I could just get my own songs down, and then that quickly morphed into other people asking me to record their songs, and then slowly I kind of stopped recording what I was writing for me as an artist and started kind of helping other people with their music. I remember, and it still feels like kind of, you forget that, oh, this is a job. It just feels like you come in and you're doing what you love to do, creating and making music. So when it's kind of thought about as making a living, that kind of aspect of it is like secondary type of thing. But in terms of when I for many years I was working part-time as another job as a primary school teacher, and I would kind of from a Wednesday to a Friday be teaching a class of 10-year-olds, finish on a Friday night, drive away to a studio for a few days, work on music, come back and teach. And I did that for many years, kind of like working in projects, and the projects started to get in higher profile, and I was able to move away from teaching and make it my full-time thing. So it was kind of, I think that moment was like oh wow, this is all I do now, this is what I do. And my first thing with guitar amps was I used to have an old WEM Dominator amp. When it was my dad's friend had lent me an amp because I had just started playing guitar, and I just started this band, and we would practice, and we didn't have a PA, but I was like, well, you can just plug a mic into this. So I used to plug this mic into this amp, turn it up and be like, wow, kind of, I love how this sounds. So now that is still kind of part of my process and working on music. It's not like that's a guitar amp for guitars, it's like synths go in it, drum loops, everything is kind of, I'll use like bass amps for synth bass or kick drums. So and I was introduced to Laney through a good friend, and said, oh, they're making some great stuff, you should check it out. So I was lucky enough to be introduced to Fen, and he showed me a few of their bits, what the guys were creating at the time, and this so I've been lucky enough to use their stuff on a daily basis. And what I find is I've got like the Digbuff bass amp. I love it for any type of bass. I even use it for like heavy guitars as well, just so like malleable, especially like with the mid scoop, and you can push it as well. So I use that a lot. I'll use it for like reamping kick drums. So that's been incredible. I'm also really lucky enough to have like a Super Cub as well, which is great for like clean, kind of beautiful rounded tones, but you can kind of get the roundness, but you can feel the string in the speakers. You can feel that happen. It's like crystal. Also, you can really push into it. I've used it on some really gnarly stuff. So I think I'm just really a fan of like the versatility of it, and also it's kind of how accessible it is. So it's a joy to use. So I'm a big fan of guitar pedals for, again, not just using them for guitars or bass. Again, with synths and vocals. Like on an album I've been working on recently, we wanted everything to feel like it had come through a pedal board. So even all the vocal processing has been done via guitar pedals. So for example, there's a few behind me there. What I'll do is I'll reamp through there, And I've got this like thing which I can patch in different guitar pedals at different times, so it's not like having to move pedals in the chain differently. I can literally just be like, actually let's try the reverb before the distortion, or this, that. You can easily patch through. So those pedals again, yeah, I really enjoy using them, especially like the bass distortion, the Blackheath. I use it more on guitar than bass, for, you know, and the same with like to put a synth line through and just gnarl it up. Yeah, you can't beat them. So plans for the future, just keep coming in here every day, keep trying to create new things, try and push things, try and push myself, push the people I work with, and just just keep going.